Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's episode of Intuitive Angling. And man, I really appreciate you guys coming by the channel to watch today's video. And I'm going to be talking about one of the most important features of a boat, of a bass boat, that most people completely ignore. They don't know how to use, they don't incorporate it in their time on the water. And everybody should understand this and know it. So we're going to get into that in today's episode. I think it'll definitely help you guys make your time on the water and your boat a lot more enjoyable. Also, guys, before we get started, a couple quick things. I just wanted to remind you guys that we do have our summer Fish the Moment lake map breakdowns up on the site right now. These are maps I build for Fish the Moment. Great resources to learn more about a lake you've never been to or a lake that you fish all the time. Gives you guys 40 good GPS waypoints you can put straight into your fish finder. I'll put the link in the description if you guys would like to check out the lake map breakdown links. And also, guys, one more quick thing. Anybody interested in booking an on-the-water lesson with me, you can do that by going to my Facebook page, Randy Blaukat Professional Angler. Just shoot me a private message. Really appreciate that. Okay, guys, so one of the things, I'm going to show you what the feature is on this boat here in a second, but one of the things that sort of my pet peeve in fishing is people that don't know how to drive a bass boat, people that are unsafe in driving a boat. And guys, there's a lot of people out there that think they know how to drive a bass boat that don't know how to drive a bass boat. And they're just one bad move away from a serious accident or hurting themselves or hurting somebody that's in the boat with them or breaking something, on their boat, some equipment. And one of the things about bass fishing is that you don't really have to have any training to drive a bass boat. Now, some states have a safe boating course. I don't think that's across the board. But overall, bass boats are unbelievably dangerous. When you have a boat, that's 21 foot long or 20 foot long that, goes 70 miles an hour, it's a recipe for disaster if you don't know what you're doing. So guys, here's right off the bat, this is the most important feature, one of the most important features on a boat. Right here is this V-hull on a boat. Most bass boats, including my Vexus 1980, they have this V-hull on them right here. And guys, there's a reason for that V-hull. Use it. It's there for a reason. And so many people that I see driving a boat don't utilize the V-hull like they need to when they're running a boat. Okay, so here's the situation you have with it. Most people that drive a bass boat, like I said, they drive too fast and they don't know how to operate their trim and tilt correctly. The whole purpose of having a V-hull bass boat is to use that V-hull to cut the waves. Because when you cut the waves with that V-hull, it makes your ride, 10 times more smooth, safer on everybody in the boat. It's not going to mess your equipment up. It's designed to cut through the waves. The bass boats like this, a lot of people run them on the pad, and the pad is not designed to do a lot of different things. It's designed for speed. It's designed to get you up on plane, and when you're in the right situation, it allows you to maximize the speed on your boat. Problem people have in bass boats is they think just because their boats run 65 miles an hour that they have to drive them 65 miles an hour. And you don't, guys. It's just like my dad always told me. He goes, Randy, you're not going to catch a damn fish running down the lake 60 miles an hour, which is so smart, because another thing with that is when you're driving down the lake balls to the wall, you're missing everything. You're missing all the subtle details that's on the bank, any type of structure, that could be really good. You're going so fast you can't see it. Most of the time when you're running that fast, you don't get a good reading on your electronics or no reading at all. So you drive over a lot of stuff that you would see if you're going slower. But the main thing, using that V-hull is a safety issue, because so many people, it's like when they get their boat up on plane, the first thing they do is trim that motor up, they lift that V-hull out of the water, and they drive and they ride on the pad of that boat. If you drive and ride on the pad of your boat without letting that V-hull cut, you are going to beat yourself up. You're going to beat your partner up in the boat with you. You're going to tear stuff up when you run through rough water. And it doesn't even have to be real rough water. It can be just like a foot and a half chop, depending upon how fast you're running. One of the things I want to encourage in this video, guys, is stamp down and tap down that testosterone, tap down your ego, back off that throttle, and let that V-hull do the work for you. You don't have to have that motor trimmed out as far as it will go, lifting that boat up where there's a foot foot of the pad in the water and that's it. You don't need to be running like that. You're an inch away from, having some type of catastrophic accident, losing control of the boat, beating something up, causing neck injury or spine injury or back injury. Because when you land on a wave on your pad, the shock from coming down off a wave on a flat pad, it can seriously injure you. There's a bunch of pros, guys, that are all jacked up and they're 60 years old and they walk around all hunched over because they've spent a career driving their boat trimmed out, running on that pad. Trim it down, let that V-hull do the work, and just slow down. It's not going to kill you, guys. When you're running to your spot, it's not going to kill you to go 40 or 45 miles an hour instead of 65 or 70 miles an hour. You're going to absorb so much more information. You're going to get there safer. You're going to get there in one piece. Your equipment's going to get there in one piece. And, the older you get, the smarter you get. I was the same way, guys. I've always sort of been a grandma driver, even when I was young. But, when you're young and dumb and pumped full of testosterone, you tend to drive on the pad of your boat more than you do with the V-hull. As you get older and smarter and wiser, and you've been around the world and you've seen everything, how it shakes out at the end, you tend not to run on that pad as much, and you tend to take that V-hull and let it do a little bit more work. So if you're one of those 20-year-old flat brimmers or 25-year-old flat brimmers, take some advice from somebody that's been there and done that. Go slow yourself down, take a deep breath, trim your motor down, and I can promise you, your longevity as an angler and your ability to fish without pain when you get older will extend your career so far. Trust me, guys, if you're 25 and you're one of those balls to the wall guys that can't back off the throttle, when you get 40, 45 years old, maybe 50 years old, you're going to be decrepit. Your back's going to have herniated disc in it. Your neck's going to be all jacked up. You're going to lose rivets and bolts in your boat. You're going to break stuff out there. And if you just slow down, you're going to avoid so much of that. So anyway, guys, just take some advice here. If I could give you guys some good advice, let's just back it off, slow down, take your time. And also, guys, one final thing, just want to let you guys know this. I've talked about this a little bit before. Next month, June, we're going to be having my boat, my Vexus 1980 aluminum, for sale through Branson West Marine. Anyone interested in purchasing this, just give Branson West Marine a call. I'll put the link in the description. Ask for Robbie or Jim, and get you guys set up, in this super awesome boat, guys. Whoever buys it, I'll take you down to Table Rock personally in it, run you around in the boat, let's get you familiar with it. I think you guys will really like it there. So anyway, hope you guys are well. We'll check in later.